So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our conjunction video of the week. And this week we're going to be covering our conjunction of Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Rahu. And what happens when these 6 planets are conjunct in your particular horoscope. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this conjunction, what sign it's in, house it's in, nakshatra it's in, all the other astrological details, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultation, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy. So, let's do our Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Rahu conjunction. I think I got that right. I think I did. So, whenever you have 6 or more planets conjunct, one thing you have to understand that there's a strong possibility that all the 4 physical planets, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, can be combust. Like Moon is itself can be combust if it's so close to the Sun, although it's pretty much known as Amavasya, no moon. Okay, and when this happens, there's this natural irritation that happens in a person's life, whether it's dealing with education, marriage, siblings, okay, workspace, authorities, father, everything becomes a cluster. Because 6 planetary conjunction is naturally makes a person very confused. It's a conjunction, it's kind of like a cluster, like I always say. A person standing at a street with 6 different, paths to go to, person usually has 1 or 2, and it's easier to see which path do I need to take. When you have 6 different choices, you're going to be confused about life. So these people are confused about their divinity. They come in contact with false gurus in life. Because of Rahu conjunction Jupiter, it's a yoga of going through false gurus before finding the right guru. Why? Because you must have done something in past life for you to not get the right guru on time. You get the false gurus first, then you get the right person. This is also the particular conjunction where Mercury, even though it's with Jupiter, even though it may be with Sun, but interest in education gets corrupted. Lack of interest in education, lack of interest in learning. And especially with Mercury representing a youth. In youth, a person will want to hang out with the wrong crowd, want to party more than, learn knowledge. Because with Jupiter being with Mercury and Rahu being there, it's like you get corrupted, not only teachers, but friends and colleagues who are more about partying than trying to attain the right knowledge. And the knowledge that you attain, you tend to change and transform from that. Like a person does engineering, they're like, this was no use for me in my life. I did something completely different. I went into real estate. Because confusion will most of the time will lead to a wrong decision, wrong path. And Mercury is our decision making. Jupiter is the intelligence. And you've got a hot sun and an eclipse happening at the same time. How will a person feel? They feel lost. They feel confused. Especially if this conjunction occurs in the 4th and 10th axis, guaranteed it'll give you psychological issues. Psychological issues, mental issues. One will have a hard time comprehending things in life. They'll create their own illusion about what the world is, who the person is, who their mother is, who their father is. Can be quite dangerous. Especially if this is occurring in Scorpio, I can just write it down. It'll be psychological issues with the 4th, 10th axis. It doesn't matter if if Ketu's in the 4th house or Rahu's in the 4th house. They can even become greatest manipulators of situations. But always, a certain planet will always be strong. Let's say this conjunction occurs in Virgo. So even though Mercury is surrounded by, friends and enemies and burning up, exalted Mercury will be able to prevail. If Jupiter is strongly placed in Sagittarius, in Pisces, such people will try to escape through drugs, through alcohol, through substance abuse, or even through spirituality. But Jupiter, if it's, let's say, in Sagittarius, Cancer, then Jupiter becomes the strongest planet and is the closest to comparing of the size of the Sun. Even though it's still not, it's still big. So Jupiter, a person is able to handle themselves against adversity, against the wrong crowd. They will be strong enough to attain education. But again, even with the exalted guru, their confusion will be there. And they will come across exalted gurus. They will think they are exalted, but they will turn out to be corrupt. Because Rahu's job is always is to corrupt things. But the word corrupt, for us, it always means bad. But corrupt simply means that a person will think against the social norms of society. Person uses their intelligence against the social norms of society. Like such people can go into aerospace, outside cosmos, and they do not care anything about the earth. They're all about wanting to look up. They don't want to look down on the ground. They don't want to deal with earth and help the earth. Theirs about, hey, I'm outside the social norms of society. I don't care for this. I want to escape. So yeah, you'll get a scientist, but they're much more concerned about out there than down here. Okay, so that's how we understand this corruption of Rahu. And also, when it comes to your spouse, usually always one has, especially the early marriages, early relationship just don't last. They just don't last with Venus, because a person is confused about who they want to be with, who they are with. Unless if Venus is strong in the birth and Navamsha, then a person is able to stick to a relationship. But especially Venus could be combust. If it is, then definitely we see there will be, especially during Venus running periods, there will be disharmony in the relationship or marriage. And when it comes to education, such people are always interested in environmental science. Such people are interested in literature, classical knowledge, actuary, management. Okay. So this was my analysis of the 6th planetary conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. If you want to know where your conjunction is placed, all the astrological details, check out the link here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.